All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to start out by giving all praise and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem YAHAWASHI, by Hashem QADASH. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Green Millstone who rule well. And I want to send salutations to all your brothers, Christians, worth in truth and sincerity. All right, it's going to be a lesson to the spirit and power of Yahawah, by Hashem YAHAWASHI. Lord willing, to edify the flock of the Lord. And this lesson, I want to go into the scripture here, man, in Baruch 3:8. And it reads, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. Okay, because looking the condition that our people are in right now, man. Just looking at the mindset that our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have in this world, man, in this society, and basically thinking that this place known as America, Babylon the Great, has anything but calamity, reproach, a curse. Our people think that this place has an opportunity for them to succeed, man. They think that if they vote the right person into office, they actually believe that this man, when the scriptures, according to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, man, the curses, go into how no man shall deliver us, no man shall save us. Okay. But in the mind of our people, man, they believe that, through, basically through all the propaganda, the media, and basically, all the BS that they've been fed since they were little ones, that this place, the American dream, that if you work enough and hard enough, you may be able to make it out of here, man. You may be able to provide a home for your family, make money, have a chance to create generational wealth in this society that was created for your own oppression, man. All right, but you have our people believing this, man. The video was inspired by the elder Yashawamba's video, basically going into how this dude Biden is going back in his word on what he said that would be, him, what was the word? Forgiving these student loans, and our people are finding out the rude way that, these loans are not forgiven, man. You're gonna have to pay them back, okay? And this is just a continual thing on what the Edomite always done, man. Look at the times where with the Gadai brothers, and all the treaties that this man broke with them, okay? And that's why I bring up this scripture, man, because like it says right here, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, man. This is the place where the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American man are oppressed every day, man. They're you just had this event over there in Colorado, man, where this Manassite, a so-called Cuban, got sentenced to 110 years in prison, man, for an accident. All right, when you have these Edomites, these Edomites boys, shooting up these schools and doing all these kind of terroristic attacks, and they only get a slap in the wrist, man. Okay, so this is a reminder to our people, man, that like it says right here, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, man. You see? That's why these people are allowed to do the things that they do to us, man. Because why? We're still a reproach and a curse, man. Okay? And to be subject to payment according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord of power, man. But our people still believe that this so-called white man, that they have an opportunity here, man, that they have a chance of justice. All right? Ask that Cuban, man. Even the judge, he couldn't even and there's all kinds of reports basically going into how the hell did this happen? How is this man getting 110 years when there's shooters, people that actually murder people and had the intent to murder people, only get away with 20, 30 years, man. You see, but this is what happens when you're a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American in this society, man. It's not fair. It's all oppression, man. All right, the scriptures go into how he was sore displeased with our people, but they helped forward the affliction, man. So these nations, man, these heathens, they have gone a step further in their hatred towards us, man. That's what scriptures go into Ezekiel 35. They have a perpetual hatred for our people. They have shed the blood of our people, man. And they pity us not, man. Okay. And, this is something that our people has to remember, man, that, you're in your captivity, man. That's why the things that happen. So it says, hear Israel, the commandment of life, give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxing old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. Okay, so hey, we're in the land of our captivity, man. We're in the land of our enemies. All right, and that's why we go through the things that we go through. That's why there's no peace, there's no safety, there's no justice for us, man. Okay, because first and foremost, we're under the subjection of the basis of all people, man, the Edomites, the so-called, the self-proclaimed white man. All right, and that's what it says here in Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust an enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, that's what this dude Biden did, man, right? For that whole year, he was saying, oh, we got to get this man Biden, this dude Trump out. I'm going to be different. I'm going to help the immigrants. I'm going to help out, get those people out of the detention centers. I'm going to help out with the shootings of so-called black men. Okay, and what has he done since he went up in office, man? He gave people, the alphabet people, more rights. He stopped a lot of the Keystone pipeline. A lot of infrastructure that was gonna help out the regular people, the middle class of this country, man. So, and we understand that this is all planned. It ain't like Trump was gonna help you jakes out there either, man. But you see, this is a continued message. They already knew that they could get away with it, man. All they have to do is speak a few good words to you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, and you're gonna go for it. And you were deceived, man. You trusted your enemy. Though it says, though he humble himself and go crouching, take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust has not all been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast, man? All right, so hey, you jakes that voted this man in, man, that's your ass. Now that you have to pay back all these debts, what I'm saying, and it goes further than just putting your trust in Biden, man. It goes into you putting your trust in this society, which is crumbling, man. The scriptures say that we would have healed Babylon, but she is forsaken. This place is circling the drain, man. Just look at everything that's happening. Look at the morality of this society, man. Look at the condition that the people are in. You got all kinds of dollars being printed right now, man, that are weakening the dollar. You have inflation rising. You have the gas in the last 6 months has gone up a few dollars, man. Out there in California, I think they're paying almost $5 for a gallon of gas. Okay, so this is all. These are all signs that this place is circling the drain, man. This place, it cannot be delivered. Look at the infrastructure. You got potholes everywhere. You got these bridges are decaying. The roads are decaying. Okay, everything in the society is decaying, man. But you have Jake putting their trust in this society, man. All right, so let's get this real quick. This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. It is because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction, man. And this goes to our people, man. They're destroyed, and they're gonna further be destroyed because they keep putting their trust in the society, man. Putting all your bet that this place is gonna survive, man. It is not. Okay. You think you're voting the right person in. That person's not gonna do anything. This is being orchestrated by a higher power, man. The Lord YAHAWASHI has indignation against this land and against the inhabitants that live in this land, man, for the great pride. As the scriptures say, many great miseries should be done to them that in the latter days shall dwell on the planet Earth, man, because they have walked in great pride. And this land, America, is the epitome of pride, man. The whole inhabitants of this land are prideful. They think that they, through their military power, they think that they could fight anybody, man. You see, they think that the Most High, in their heart, they think that they could outdo the Most High, that they could get a victory over the Most High, over their Creator, man. Okay? So it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction, man. And that's what's going to happen to 2/3 of our people, man. And for anybody that puts their trust in this land, anybody that puts their trust on what this man's saying, okay? Because, hey, this is the same spirit that he had with the natives, man. He came speaking good words, to get himself elected into the position that he's in. Even though we understand that these leaders are not elected, man, they're chosen by the elites of this society, but they still give you the illusion of it, man, so you may think that you actually have some type of power, man. Okay, and what do they use? They use the craft of their tongue, a forked tongue, man, because they say one thing but do something completely different, man. All right, and this has been the MO of the so-called white men, to deal with our people, man. They'll send their smooth talkers. Just look at all the groups, that our people formed that have been infiltrated by the so-called white men, the Edomites. And you had the Black Panthers, you had the Brown Berets. All the tribes had their movements in the 60s, man. We understand, they weren't set up by the Most High YAHAWASHI, and that's why ultimately they were doomed. But the point being that just look at the MO and the means that this man has used to wage war against our people, man. He goes up in there, speaks a few good words. He seems like he's your friend, but he's only supplanting you, man. He's only digging a pit for your fall. Okay, so this is Psalms 55 and 20. He has put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. And that's what this man Biden is doing, man. He's the epitome, you know what I'm saying? Just any president, man. From going back to when this dude Abe Lincoln, man, they always like putting Abraham Lincoln in a pedestal, how he helped out the slaves and this and that. This man was with the system, man. He only basically changed ownerships. You went from being owned by the slave owners in the South to being owned by the slave owners in the North, man. That's all that happened. Kennedy, these Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, okay? All these men were set up for a purpose, man, and they did it, to deceive you people, man. 2/3 of our people. You're right. That's why the scriptures say, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. Because they're easily deceived by the BS that these people serve them, man. Okay? Because they don't have the vision. But it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, man. All right, and that's what this Biden was saying. All that whole year of his election, he was saying all kinds of good things. We're going to forgive debts. We're going to forgive this. We're going to make it so that you don't have to put up with this. We're going to give these alphabet people more rights. All right, and you people believed it, man. You people soaked it up. All right, but it says, cast thy burdens upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved, but thou, O Most High, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful man shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee, man. And that's what we have to do, man. We have to ultimately just trust in the Lord YAHAWASHI and let him fight our fights, man. Because, at the end of the day, like it says right here, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, for when they shall say peace and safety. And that's what this man went about saying, right? That once he gets up in office, you don't have to worry about this, people setting himself against another, because he was going about how Trump, is dividing the nation, antagonizing the so-called black people, the Latino people. Okay, what was the big thing about Trump? That Mexicans are rapists and this and that. And this dude, Biden, was saying that he's going to bring peace. He's going to bring unity. You see, but what does the scripture say, man? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief, man. Because we understand what's going on. We understand what's being deployed right now on the planet Earth, man. We have these draconian measures. We have these mandates going on. We have the agenda, basically, of the NWO being implemented right now on the planet Earth, man. And this dude Biden is just a puppet, man, that deceive, the majority of our people, man. But the elect, hey, what was that? Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man. Okay, we see through the BS, man. Because the Lord has given us the eyesight, man, to basically understand and to know what time we're in, man. And right now is not the time to put your trust in this society, man, because this society is crumbling. Just like I said earlier, we would have healed Babylon, but she is forsaken. She's not to be healed, man. All right. So it says this is Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Because, hey, our people, they're putting on, you know, this man being an example, man, you know, them putting their trust in him, you know, saying that he was going to do all kinds of goods for them. But in reality, you're worse off than you were 2 years ago, man, when this little Trump was in there. You know, gas was cheaper, your food was cheaper. You know, you have all these mandates going on. So you see, you brought it in a greater evil, man. Not saying that Trump is any good, man, but, you know, just to put things in perspective, man. Okay? So it says, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, man. You know, just like when they did with Moses, man. You know, when they were bitching and crying about them not having water and them not having food. You know, and telling Moses that, you know, hey, it would have been better for us to go back to Egypt, man. You know, because at least we had, you know, what do they say, cucumbers, onions, okay, even though they were in captivity, man. You see? And that's the nature of Jake, man. They rather enjoy the comfort of this society for a little while than to suffer you know, persecution in righteousness, man. Okay? Even though us suffering in righteousness worketh a great more price and reward, but you know, that's what the scriptures say. Like I said earlier, you know, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. They don't see this. They don't understand. Okay, because it's not for them. But it says, verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's why you have our people in the condition that they're in right now, man. You know, dumbfounded, confused, in the state of perplexity, man. You know, not knowing what the hell's going on. You know, not knowing why there's so many opinions, so many different options on what to do in these times, you know, especially going in with these pokey pokes. You know, you got some people saying this, you got other people saying that, and our people are confused, man. They're in the state of perplexity, all right? They thought that this dude, Biden, was going to bring stability, but, you know, shit hasn't been stable, you know, since he's been in office, man. You know, all you see in the, with these, you know, with these interviews that he gives, man, you know, he leaves you more confused than anything. You know, he don't make no type of sense. All right, but that's what happens, man. This is Isaiah 31:1. And it says, woe to them, so destruction to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. You see, and that's ultimately why you're gonna be in the condition that you're in, man. You know, Lord willing, the Lord maintains the spirit on us, you know, to keep fighting the good fight. You know, but for the most part, 2/3 of our people, man, hey, you're gone. You see, you know, you've been deceived in a sense, because you know the great deception's coming as well. You know, which is gonna come in the form of that karagma, you know, which is being implemented right now. The legislation, the infrastructure, man. Okay, so we're in those times, man, where you know this devil's coming out with the horns, and he's basically letting you know that he is the devil. Well, that dude Biden said it. You know, I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated. All right, so hey, man, that's the man that you voted in there. You know, so I'll run this real quick and close it out. I'll run Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Thus saith the Lord, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, in whose heart departeth from the Lord, YAHAWAH. And that's 2/3 of our people, man. Like it says, you know, you were discontinued from a heritage, and if you had any knowledge of who you was, you wouldn't be doing the things that you're doing, man. You know, because first and foremost, the scriptures say that you shall not set any king over you from any of the other nations, man. You know, that's what you did when you voted this man to be your president, because that's basically your modern day king. Okay, and it goes further into saying that cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord, YAHAWAH. For he shall be like the heart for he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land and not inhabited. Blessed, and this is the point right here, blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, and whose hope the Lord Yahawah is. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when the heat cometh, but her leaves shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. The heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked. Who can know it, man? So, that's the point, man. There's going to be a flock, the remnant, that's going to remain faithful to the Lord Yahweh Shai. But, for the most part, 2/3 of our people, man, they're going to keep putting their trust in Egypt. And ultimately, that's going to be their shame and their downfall. Okay? So with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem QADASH. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all your brothers, Christians, worth in truth and sincerity. I want to say shalom.